I am here in Primrose Hill because I recently got myself one of these PCN notices, which is a penalty charge notice. And I got it for driving into a road that was prohibited to all vehicles at that particular time. They're normally timed for school time, so you can't enter a particular road during certain hours, and if you do, you're going to get a ticket. They're going to photograph your car and they're going to send you a ticket through the post. And that's what happened to me. So I got a ticket, and I was actually on a lesson, and you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see that in there, but you can see my car in the ticket. Now, I am a driving instructor, and obviously I appreciate that we all make mistakes, and I clearly made a mistake on this one. But my question is there adequate signage to inform you before you get there that you cannot enter the junction? Because if there isn't, and you're already committed into the turn, what do you do when you turn and then you see the sign? You can't reverse from a minor road back into a major road. And what if there's somebody behind you that's blocking you off? Now, I'm not anti these traffic calming measures. So if there's a school there, then clearly you don't want vehicles going down that particular road at that particular time, because it's going to increase the safety for the kids. Road safety, pedestrian safety is key. But if you're not warned properly on the approach, is it fair? So I want to see today whether I can see the sign as I approach. Now, Camden is quite aggressive, I feel, at trying to punish motorists. There's an argument, obviously we've got a climate problem, but Camden seemed to be quite aggressive in making it very uncomfortable or very difficult for motorists. Now, the junction that caught me out is just coming up. So you can see the sign for the school, right? So there's a sign for a school. That's absolutely fair enough. Now, is that a sign there warning you of It is. And it says Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 9:30, 3 to 4. Now, there clearly is a sign, but how visible is it? And if you compare it to the school sign, which one stands out? Is that sign big enough? There is a sign. So I got caught out. But it's not exactly clear. Could it be better? Now, as I turned into this junction here, I didn't see this on the day, but I've seen it on the video. The sign's here. Not only is the sign innocuous and small, but the no vehicles sign is even smaller. How easy would that be to miss on the turn? And do bear in mind, my camera is on the roof with a much clearer view. What about from this direction, here? So if I turn left into here, right? So let's say I'm here and I turn left and I'm doing my observations on the junction. I'm looking right, looking left, looking right, looking left. Now there is a sign here, warning, camera enforcement from 3 till 4. And again, it's 4:44. I'll make sure, 3 till 4. There are signs here, but there's nothing else to indicate that I can turn left. And I can see this, I can see the camera just up there on the right-hand side. So this is Ellsworthy Road. So from this direction, turning left from this road, if you see it across the road there, then that would be fine. Now, I don't think I saw a sign behind me. I'm gonna have to see that on the camera, but I really don't think I did see something. But we now know that there was. They're here for a good reason. There's a school here. So I get it. I understand the reasoning behind it. But there is a sign. So I missed it. This guy's letting me out. Thank you. Yep, it is there. It's just very, very small. There's another one just around the corner, and I am gonna test that one out and see whether that particular one is any better than this one. So I'm approaching the road where I would turn left to go towards the school. I know it exists up there. Is there a sign here to say that I can't enter this particular road? Now, what I'm looking for is any signs that would give me any kind of warning on the approach. So on the approach to this junction here, I'm going to turn left. Now it does, again, look, it's just here. And that's it. That's all there is. The sign just as you're about to turn in, which is incredibly easy to miss. You cross that during the hours of operation, and that's a £65 fine. Between 3 to 4, so you can't see that unless you lean forwards and you look for it. How easy is it to miss that sign? It's not facing towards you. Now the one that caught me out, I gotta put my hands up, there was a sign. But you can see there's an inconsistency. Is it fair that they are all horizontal to you or at a 90-degree angle from you so that you can barely see them? Now clearly, as the video shows, it's not all. That would be unfair to the council. I'm not convinced that's right. I think my point still stands. So if you're not expecting it to be there, you're not going to be looking for it. And it's right on the mouth. I had to lean forwards to see it. For me, it's not great. I think they can do better. Now switch that up to the one in Westminster. I think they've done a really good job. It's really clear that you can't turn right. But that's the way the councils are in London. They all do things slightly differently. If you know they're there, if you live in the area and you now know they're there, you won't make that mistake. But if you're driving in an area that you don't know, a little bit lost, how easy would it be to turn into that road? And that's a £65 tax. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think that's fair? Do you think it's appropriate? You could be a pedestrian and you think, you know what? As far as I'm concerned, you car drivers don't need to be on the road and you shouldn't be driving down that road. And if you get a ticket, you get a ticket. You might have a car. You might agree with what I'm saying. You might think that it's okay that these signs are up and that the schools are protected, but you also think they could do a better job. Or do you think I'm completely wrong and those signs are adequate? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I want to show you the difference of what you can do if you sign it properly. If you really care about vehicles entering a particular junction at a certain time, as in you really care about the school kids, would you not make the signs bigger? A bit like the school sign. Surely they serve the same purpose. Aren't they there to warn us that there could be kids in the road? Because I get it, right? There is a sign to tell you not to do it, and as the driver, you should be reading the sign, and I totally understand that. I teach this, but is it like half-hearted? Does the council think, you know what, we can make a little bit of extra money here if we don't sign it properly? So here we have another one. This is Westminster. Now, you've got a massive no right turn sign there. Look at the size of that, and it tells you the times massively. I guess any sign is possible to miss, but this one is incredibly clear. Surely this has to be the standard across the board. Compare that to the one in Camden, which was positioned just as you turn into a junction, and there is no comparison. One is clear, and one you could forget quite easily. Not to let Westminster completely off the hook though, they also need to be a bit more consistent. These restrictions are put in place to protect school kids. To complain about that would be utterly ridiculous. My gripe is purely, have they signed it properly to make it clear that you should not be entering that road? If you don't sign it properly, are you kind of hoping that some people drive down there and that you can make a little bit more money for the council? Let me know in the comments if you think the ones in Camden were clear enough. I hope you get value out of this video. If you have, obviously hit the like button, subscribe if you like more content, and I will see you in the next one. Get well out.